Confidentiality breaches in the workplace can devastate businesses, leading to lawsuits, financial losses, and irreparable damage to reputation. Understanding how these breaches occur and how to prevent them is essential for every organization. A breach of confidentiality occurs when sensitive information is disclosed without proper authorization. This happens more frequently than many realize, and the consequences can be severe. When confidential information falls into the wrong hands, it can be used for illegal activities like fraud or discrimination, resulting in expensive lawsuits and significant business losses. Organizations need to protect three main categories of confidential information: employee data, management information, and business information. Personal employee data requiring protection includes social security numbers, home addresses, telephone numbers, email addresses, internet usernames and passwords, driver's license numbers, and other identifying information. Many states have specific laws governing how this information must be handled and disposed of. Confidentiality breaches can take many forms in the workplace. When an HR employee shares another worker's salary or medical records without consent, this constitutes a serious violation. Financial advisors who disclose client investment details to unauthorized personnel breach both trust and confidentiality obligations. Even accidental data leaks, such as sending sensitive files to the wrong email address or leaving confidential paperwork in public areas, can have major repercussions. Digital information breaches are increasingly common. Storing unencrypted client payment information on unsecured devices or failing to protect login credentials creates vulnerability to cyber threats. Employees who discuss internal company matters on social media or post proprietary business details online without permission expose their organizations to significant risk. Physical document security is equally important. Leaving contracts, NDAs, or confidential reports unattended in open workspaces can lead to unauthorized access. Third-party vendors who mishandle confidential business information can also create liability for the company that hired them. The legal consequences of confidentiality breaches are substantial. Organizations may face lawsuits from employees, clients, or business partners for failing to protect sensitive information. Companies must comply with various privacy regulations such as GDPR in Europe, HIPAA for healthcare entities in the United States, and the California Consumer Privacy Act. Breaching non-disclosure agreements can result in financial penalties and termination. Government agencies may impose hefty fines for data protection failures, and the resulting reputational damage can have long-lasting effects on a company's credibility and profitability. To protect confidential information, every business should implement a comprehensive, written confidentiality policy. This policy should outline the types of information considered confidential and detail the procedures employees must follow to safeguard this data. Individual employee folders containing confidential information should be maintained and stored in locked cabinets or secure rooms with restricted access. Electronic information requires protection through encryption, firewalls, and password systems. Employees should be trained to clear their desks of confidential information before leaving work and to secure their computer screens when away from their workstations. All confidential documents should be clearly labeled as such. Proper disposal procedures are crucial. Hard copies should be shredded, and computer hard drives should be completely wiped before disposal or reuse. Employees should avoid discussing confidential matters in public places and should refrain from transmitting sensitive information via unsecured email. Organizations should also limit the collection of confidential information to what is absolutely necessary for business operations. Access to this information should be restricted to employees whose job responsibilities require it. Regular employee training on confidentiality policies and cybersecurity threats is essential, as is the implementation of monitoring systems to track access to sensitive data. Preventing confidentiality breaches requires a multifaceted approach. Businesses should establish clear policies, use secure digital platforms, enforce access restrictions, monitor data handling, require non-disclosure agreements, and develop response plans for potential breaches. By implementing these measures, organizations can protect their reputation, maintain client trust, and avoid costly legal disputes. Confidentiality in the workplace is not just a legal obligation, but a fundamental business practice that protects both the organization and its stakeholders. Understanding what constitutes a breach, recognizing the types of information that require protection, and implementing comprehensive safeguards are essential steps in maintaining confidentiality and preventing potentially devastating breaches.